Hello, my friends. It is time for your questions answered and asked and answered. This is where we post on Facebook and Instagram that we're going to tape videos. And if you have any questions that you'd like me to answer on video, that's what I'm here for. So the first question is, when you do videos, would you make it easier for us to know which products to purchase to make the cards? Unfortunately, we're unable to put actual links in the videos, but what we do for Stephanie's Stamp Pad, for example, is we have the video on the page and then all of the products are down below. So if you're checking out Stephanie's Stamp Pad videos, that's a perfect spot to look down below on our website. Now, if you're on YouTube, at the back of each video, it'll say the products that we used, and you'll want to go to our store. You can go to thestampsoflife.com, I think it's /shop, or just click on the shops tab. And in the little search box, type in one or two of the words and it'll pop up, that item will pop up. So that might be the easiest way to do that. The next question is, what inspires your creations? Do you have any other hobbies you enjoy? What inspires my creations? Pretty much just life. You never know, like for example, we went to Hawaii for our 25th wedding anniversary, and I came back all ready to make shells and crabs and things like that. You know, I mean, so it's just life. Sometimes I'll see like a beach towel and I'll go, whoa, that'd be really cool. One of my stamp sets is actually designed after my bedspread in my bedroom. I was in bed one time and I went, whoa, that'd make a cool stamp. And I designed something similar. So it's just pretty much everything that is around me. What other hobbies do I enjoy? I like to read. I love to read. I could read all the time. My problem is I just like nonfiction, just like sweet little stories. The problem is I will not put a book down until I'm done with it. So when I start a book, I have to make sure I have X amount of time to finish that book. Otherwise, everything is on hold until I'm done with that book. I literally will not go to sleep till 4 a.m. until I'm done with a book, just because I'm the type that I like to binge read. Instead of binge watch TV, I like to binge read, and I'll just read. Other than that, I don't think I have any other hobbies. My job entails a whole bunch of different things, so I kind of like fit that into my fun time also. But definitely reading. If I have to get away from work, reading is what I like to do. I also like to go to the beach. I like to sit on the beach and read with my Diet Coke. I can't take my dog because dogs aren't allowed on the beach usually, but I have my Diet Coke, my husband, an umbrella, and a book. That's what I like to do. Oops, I lost my page. Let's see. What is the best part of your job? The best part of my job? All of it. I know that sounds corny. The best part. One, I get to work with Ken. You would think that we wouldn't get along. 99% of the time we get along really, really well. Every once in a while, you know, I mean, we're married, what do you expect? But I enjoy working with him. I'm very clingy. I like having him around. I feel complete when he's there, and I know that sounds corny, but I don't feel 100% unless he's nearby, and so that helps a lot. We've been together since I was 16, so I just don't feel complete if he's not there. So I'm really thankful that he gets to work with me, or we work together. Although he does go to the office and I stay home, and I work from home, my home office, and he works at the office. So we don't get to see each other all the time, but he comes home around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then we work in the afternoon together in the office. So that's perfect. What else do I like about my job? I like traveling and meeting everyone. I love going to the Creating Keepsakes conventions and the Scrapbook Expos and all of those, and meeting you. I love to, you know, hear your stories and hear, you know, how stamping has changed your life, or how some of you like to watch the videos and they cheer you up, and that makes me happy. And sometimes I cry because it makes me so happy. So I really love that part of my job. But in all honesty, this isn't a job. I don't think I've worked a day in 6 years, because I get up in the morning. Even though I hate mornings, I get up and I'm excited. I'm excited to go do what I'm going to do that day. So I really do enjoy it. Let's see. Do you remember the first stamp set you designed? Yes, I do. Back to basic. Well, I take that back. That's not true. That's not true. The first stamp set I designed for Stamps of Life was Back to Basics. It's a circle set. It's one of our better sellers. It still is a popular stamp set. We still have to reorder it constantly. But my first stamp set I ever designed would have been with Sugarloaf Products, also known as Ink Boutique. They're no longer in business. I don't remember. I couldn't tell you. I probably have it somewhere, but I couldn't tell you. But for Stamps of Life, Back to Basics is the first stamp set. If you weren't doing this job, what would you be doing instead? That is a good question. What would I be doing? Well, that's a hard question because ever since I was 8 years old, I wanted to be an elementary school teacher. And recently, some of you know, my oldest daughter is now an elementary school teacher at our local elementary school. She teaches 4th grade. And I walked into her classroom for the first time and I cried for many reasons. One, I never pushed her, I never encouraged her to be a teacher until she came home one day and said, I want to be a teacher. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. I never said, oh, you should be a teacher, you should be a teacher, until she brought it to me. So I never pushed her to that. And she decided she wanted to do that. And I walked into her classroom and I was full of pride, but at the same time, a little part of me was sad for me. And I know that sounds crazy, but I always wanted to be a teacher. I got my degree, I got my teaching credential. I was 8.5 months pregnant with Katie, my younger daughter, when I got my teaching credential. And the plan was my plan, of course, was to go, I was a full-time mom for 6 years. I was gonna go back, I was gonna start teaching when she was 6. And I never did. I just stayed home as a mommy. And it was the best job I've ever had, was being a full-time mommy. And then I started scrapbooking and getting into all of this. And so this evolved. And when Katie was 12, we started really doing the Stamps of Life. So I never got to be an elementary school teacher. I did teach preschool when I was going to college. I did get to do my student teaching. I taught 1st, 2nd, 5th, and 6th, but I never got to be 100% full-time teacher. So I tease Ken now that I see Kirsten doing all of this, and I see Kirsten going to school, going to work, and it's work, and being a teacher. I say, you know, Kenny, maybe I should go back into teaching, and I tease him a little, and he says, he giggles, or he doesn't giggle, he's a guy, but he says, no. He said, you can sub 1 day a week if you want to. We can work that into your schedule. And he said, but you can't go into teaching. Our company supports many different employees. I can't leave the company, because then what would those employees do? What would Ken do? You know, it wouldn't exactly work out. And of course, I would never leave Stamps of Life. I adore doing this. So I do go help Kirsten in class. This is a long answer to a short question. I do go help Kirsten in class, and I get my fill. And Ken also knows me better than I know myself. He knows there is no way I could survive getting up that early in the morning 3 days in a row. Kirsten has to get up really early in the morning. She has to be at school at 7 a.m. Yeah, no, Stephanie could not do that. Stephanie does not get up that early. So I couldn't do it. It would be fun. I'm not gonna sub. I'm sticking with Stamps of Life, where I can make my own hours and get up at 8 o'clock in the morning if I need to. But yeah, sorry, long answer. Sorry, that was a long one.